Okay, here we go. We're live.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to TFC Live, episode 26. It's big. You could say it's mega. Okay, so myself, obviously, TSM. Yeah, I know. Liam's titles make me laugh. Okay, so myself, TSM here, and obviously I've got Ren, obviously, his beautiful locks and his beautiful smile there, okay?
There you go. We have the ugly guy today, not Liam.
So no Liam tonight. We're a day late, so Jay probably won't make it because he's not very good for Wednesdays. And Brian's at class, but he's going to pop back in at the tail end of the show. So we've got today's updates, obviously, which came out and that sort of stuff, mostly about the mega holes. We've also, right at the end of the show as well, we managed to get a Q&A set, which is coming from one of the TFC individuals. And basically what we did was we farmed those across to Reagan, and he took time to answer them quite extensively, I have to say. So we'll have a look at some of those later on in the show or towards the back end of it, to be honest.
So big shout out to Cactus Nunes, if I'm saying his name right, for posting all the questions, compiling them all and posting on TFC. We ran with them and got the answers back. Thanks TSM for that. I think it's good. It's a whole bunch of relevant questions, and we actually got some good answers.
Yeah, some really good stuff there, because there were some questions I wasn't actually even thinking about, and there's some excellent answers, which now obviously throw up more questions, if you know what I mean. But it's a good starting point anyway.
Yeah.
So should we start the slide, shall we?
Let's go.
So this should be, hopefully.
I can see them.
Good. Okay. So TFC episode 26, August 24th, which is obviously today, 2016. So in this release then includes the VXP bulk buy discounts. We'll discuss that slightly. The bug fixes and tuning, there's a lot. The shards TLC, okay. Oh, TLE, sorry, time limited event. Yeah, the War Games TLC, take 2 seconds stab at it, okay. The Megaship TLC, the Clash of Titans, I'm sure we'll discuss that. And the Megaship Q&A set, as I discussed a moment ago. So, first slide then. As you can see then for 6 days, basically from 9 a.m., which is obviously kickside time, then on the 24th, okay, selected holders will receive a discount when choosing to purchase multiple ranks at once. During this time, the rates will reduce by. I mean, the only one I can imagine there, Ren, unless you think otherwise, is sub stuff, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Citadel it's in a funny place, isn't it? I mean, 80% off is, I'm going to say, quote unquote, great, although the prices for VXP are still ridiculously high. At 80% off, some people may go for it. I don't know. I won't. I'd rather do VXP weekend. But, it's like they had the 109s last week, and everyone kind of saw that Citadels are the way to go. Now they pulled them off again this week. And, I mean, are they going to tweak with them? Are they going to re-release them later? What's going to happen? I don't know. Do you?
I'm not. Well, put it this way: from what I can see, the drop rate, as was discussed last week, has now dropped to 66% 107s and 33% 109s, and then the respawn rate is a 2-to-1 ratio to 107s to 109s. So obviously, whilst they're starting off with some 109s, they're going to get less and less if you're specifically looking for them.
Exactly. Right.
So the dead opposite to last week.
And maybe that they're going to, over time, change that and make the 109s more and more common again, But, Citadels are good for that, only, period. And you can still do 107s with whatever you had before. So, yeah, you're right. The key point there is subs. I mean, if people want to pay to get VXP on their subs, either you pay for it now or you wait for next VXP weekend.
I suppose it's catch-22, isn't it? I mean, 50% off of something expensive is still going to be very expensive.
Yep, I agree.
And if you're slow building, you're not likely to be coining rank. And the reload rate of those subs isn't horrendous, is it? It wasn't horrendous, and the power from those torps was actually quite impressive. So whilst you might have a slow reload, even come for the first raid, the power, once it does, 1 or 2 volleys, is actually all you need to kill one of those example targets that we've been hitting. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, In the past, in some VXP weekends, I was coin repairs to make sure I got my fleets, the fleets I wanted, all the way up to legendary, 75% bonuses. I didn't do it much this time, just because I don't think the subs have to be at 75% to be effective. So even repairing slowly, I think I got my 2 Hellwraith shells, because they only have on Torp, no specials, right? But I got those 2 guys up to 61%. Which is okay, because I'm still building 1 more, maybe 2 more, So, anyways, my plan for this raid are Tiger Sharks, and they're older and they are already ranked. So,
all right, that's okay, isn't it? And so, what your Tigers, just out of interest, I saw your video that you did was an excellent shoot. I must admit, another one-on-one on sub building, ready for the raid. Are you going with a mix of Torps, or are you going to go with Charons, or what's your thoughts?
So my mindset, and I actually learned that from another pirate in the game, Sea Lion. I mean, he was the guy who actually drilled that into my brain and said, "Oh, stop wasting shipyard time on old ships," right? I mean, if you want to keep up and not spending your salary on in the game, I mean, go and build the newest stuff you can instead of tweaking over and over with older stuff.
Yeah.
So my sharks were done. I had 2. I built a 3rd, and they were done end of July. And after that, I never touched on them, and I won't, and I'm not going to refeed them at all. So to answer your question, sorry for the long detour. They have all Charons and a couple Cobra scatterguns on them to take care of the drones, and it works really well.
Yeah,
and I'm not changing anything. So my shipyard time now is dedicated to building Hellwraiths.
Excellent. I mean, I'm a similar. I'd like to do something to my Banshees. I know you've got Banshees as well, but I can't really justify the time, if you know what I mean. I don't know what to do.
My Banshees, I mean, for each 2 Banshees, I could get a Hellwraith done.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the reality of the game. Things do move on.
But here's the thing. I got the Banshees at the right time when they were first offered. And they let me do all series of revenge raids that we had late last year. I think it was 3 or 4 months of revenge raids.
Yeah.
The Banshees saved me a ton of money. I mean, I could do those targets non-stop for almost no damage, right? And I was prepping for Alliance members and everything. So you know what? My Banshees paid themselves multiple times.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a great believer. It's funny, my brother's in the chat as well. But I speculate to accumulate. So I spend a little to gain a lot at the end.
Yeah.
So I got Apollo straight away, and I made sure I had them. I've already got 4 Hellwraiths done. They're done. They're all Skuld ranked now and that sort of stuff. But I know for the fact that I'll be able to assist the rest of my. Well, we got the rest of my own alliance. Apollos, but we also managed to get we also now managed to get the Hellwraiths, so ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, most of the guys on my alliance, I think mostly everyone got the torpedo at least. And maybe half of us got the new sub. And the other half will get this time now when it's going to be at half price. I mean, not half price, normal price, 15 million points. It was 30 million for the early offer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now the rest will just get it next month for the regular price.
Okay, right. So we'll move on to the next slide then. So bug fixes and tuning, and there's a lot of this. Okay, so I'm not going to read everything out, but stealing resources from mega ships, as you can see there, from mega resources. Sorry, basically you had to have at least 25 resources before they can be stolen. With this fix, as long as the player has any mega hull resources in the inventory, those resources can be stolen from them.
Yeah, and people are complaining about that because some people, they would hit other mega hulls and say, "Hey, I'm only getting titanium," I think, and they weren't getting the rest of it, right?
Yeah,
I think it was something like that. And now it's going to work. You're going to get all the resources as long as the other player has any of it.
I'm still a bit. Well, we'll come to the mega ship bit in a minute, but I still haven't seen the numbers I was expecting of them on the water yet. But maybe people are just waiting the time for them to actually build naturally.
My best guess some sectors have quite a lot of them, but in most cases, I think it averages 2, 3, 4 per sector on average.
Right, gotcha.
I don't think more than 2,000 players have mega hulls by now.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. So there's an issue there with the Gamma Moth then, okay? Equipped with the anti-missile and anti-mortar weapons are failing to receive range increases. The hull now features countermeasure range, anti-mortar range, and anti-missile range boosts in order to provide the appropriate intended bonuses. Did you notice that? I can't say I did.
Here's the funny thing. I have a gamma on my base guard, and I had to go back and watch some playbacks to see if that was happening, and it actually was. I mean, they were supposed to cover another guard ship that was well ahead of them, and they weren't firing. So I hope now they are. So they only mentioned range, so I'm assuming that the accuracy bonuses were working.
Yeah, it's just the range. Although the scope on the range seemed to be correct, as in the range, because I've only got CM on mine and nothing else, and it seemed to be the right distance, but obviously it wasn't firing the right distance or something.
Yeah, because I mean, because of the built-in bonuses, I didn't put any special for countermeasure on mine. Right? They don't need it. So the range was reduced. I noticed that.
Put it this way. I mean, that's a good fix, because obviously we know the Gamma is an excellent CM ship. You know.
Oh yeah, it's the best one in the game.
It's a beast, isn't it? You know, it lasts the longest. It's got the best reload. It's got the best range, and it certainly does its business, doesn't it? You know. So yeah. So that'll make people over here. So shame Liam's not here, isn't it? So anti-missile profilation system, can now be used with the missile range boost specials. And then basically the anti-missile profilation system can no longer stack with other multi-shots. So you got one win and one lose there.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's again, right, let's say, I mean, this special, I'm not going to say it's one of the most useless specials, because it's very useful for people with the right setup, but the use of it is so narrow. I mean, it's only for people with switchblades, and I've only seen people with switchblades on Apollos, and very few on Rhinos. So it's only for those players. The majority I see with Apollos, they are running blades. Yeah. And Phalanx 4. So that special just doesn't apply there.
And you know what? Yet again, as you said a little bit earlier on, now you're going to have to refit your Apollo ships. And do you want to be doing that?
Why? I mean, if they're working on something right now, they're working. It's the 91s to get stuff for your mega hulls. There's no other use for them, right?
Because you've got to chop out one special, another special, and then obviously that's at least overnight time, if not longer. And have you got the time to dedicate doing that just to gain what? You're probably so used now to using your Apollos if you're a switchblade user.
This special should have come out, like, you know, in the second month of the raid cycle or something like that. It came at the end of the raid cycle. So honestly, too late.
Yeah,
maybe would have been very good back then, but now whoever has Apollos, their Apollos are working.
Yeah, agreed. And there's obviously an armor one here. So fix an issue where an armor added to a ship by weapon would not be counted for triggering overload effects. This was particularly noticeable with the coaxial firestorm paired with berserker hulls. That's obviously a mid-level player issue, because I've not touched berserkers for a considerable time, but people have been doing the Foundry.
But you know what? My guess is that they found this problem while they were testing the Hellwraith, because the Hellwraith has overload.
Yeah, of course it does. Yes, yeah.
Right. So I think they were probably testing the Hellwraith's overload, and they found it, and they had this oh shit moment, and then went back and saw it was everywhere. So of course, most players are not running Hellwraiths around, and they would probably not have noticed, but because the torpedo, I don't think it adds any armor.
No, right? It doesn't, does it? No.
But that was probably what it was. So yeah, it's only for people running berserkers, which is not many people again.
Right, it's interesting.
I haven't launched my Grimshine Zerk in the longest time.
No, I can't remember the last time. Although when people were starting to look at them again and Nova Storms, obviously, if the 109s were going to stay put, because with the remote targeting now, it's another option, isn't it? So, but obviously, and Laredo said basically, he confirmed, obviously, and hi Laredo in the chat there, that the 109s are out and scheduled to be out. They're not being dropped for any particular reason. They were only scheduled to come in for the week. They've been taken out. They're doing the statistics on them, and then they'll be coming back later on for another. We'll get another dosing of the darn things at a later date with a slightly different sort of setup inside.
Yeah, so no 109s this week, right?
No, the only thing that left over, so some 109s, obviously, when the FM started, the blueprints, as they always are sometimes, they were still on the sea, but once they were killed, it was replaced with a 107.
Right. I missed them, because I had the right setup for them from
I was fortunate.
From day one.
Some use for my citadels, but there we go. That's it. So number 6, then fix an issue then with the torpedo damage. Okay, built into the build stat. That's right, into the Hellriff was not correctly applying the total damage for the ship when the torpedoes were equipped.
Yeah, because the Hellwraith has a plus 150% or plus
huge amount, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
torpedo bonus, and that was not displaying up in the total damage for the ship.
No, it wasn't, but it was obviously displaying in Huggies, which is there's a huge difference between the two. When I was reading one, it was like 65 or 70. When I did that quick initial sort of my own sub build, sort of like a video I did, I was using lots of the stats from Huggies and then mapping it across into the game. It wasn't anywhere near. And I, to quick calculator, gave me the answer that it wasn't actually being shown in the game stats itself. So that's quite a quick fix, considering, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So Titan mortar module is another megaship issue, isn't it? As now 100% ballistic defense bypass for all levels. Okay, all right then.
Which is weird because again, right? Going back early this year, the message was deflection for PvP and resistance for PvE. So I guess Mega Hull counts as PvP. So now putting the bypass forces you to work with high deflection ships, which to me, it's confusing because they send the wrong message here, right? Even in the campaign, they show that the NPC fleets have Apollo supporting the Mega Hull there.
All right.
Right, but I think for players that's PvP, so we should be using the same ships we use for base hitting to hit the Mega Hulls.
Okay. The guys are saying the slides aren't showing for some reason. Are you seeing the slides?
I'm seeing slide 3 of 3, bug fixes and tuning.
Yeah, we'll just let them catch up with the chat and see if it's showing now. I'm not quite sure. I'm running 2 screens, so it might be about a 4-second delay. So someone will say if it's showing or not. No.
So stop sharing your screen, start sharing.
I'll stop it and then we'll do it again. Hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah,
how's that?
It's okay for me.
Well, we'll let it catch up.
What are people on YouTube saying?
Yay slides, they're saying. Okay, good. All right. So, sorry about that. So there's me. Well, some people are saying yes, I can, and some people are saying no, I can't. So I'm not quite sure what to say now.
So let's do like Kickstarter and say the problem's on their end.
Yeah, working as intended. No, can I do that one?
Exactly. Hey.
Okay. There we go. Right. Okay. So we're up there too. So that was 7. So basically, remove the option where Mercury fleets to engage in combat with the megaship directly. Oh man, can they do that? Can they? I didn't know that.
Oh, so I can imagine a mercenary fleet engaging a Mega Hull and just being vaporized in 0.5 seconds, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's
yeah. Well, at least it's something to do. You've got something you can use them with. There we go.
Another way of getting them killed by something.
Yeah, very much so. So there we go. So basically, you can't do that anymore. Number 9, then, correct the number of grammar and spelling mistakes in the in-game text. Well, whoopie-doo. Does anybody actually read anything? I'm not
they
really
probably hired someone from the forum or from our page, like that, like one of those guys who hate misspelling and that kind of stuff. He's always correcting other folks,
Do you mean Roger? He's great. I love it.
Yeah, where's Roger?
He makes me laugh.
They hired Roger, and now Roger's fixing the game, grammar and spelling errors.
Yeah, makes me smile every time we put something down.
No, I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he does it with a sense of humor, which is good. So the Ghost Call will no longer show a surface time in the ship stats, as this is not accurate compared to the actual function in combat, i.e. it doesn't surface. So people are asking about why there's a surface time in there. I think it's only for when it gets on a cavitator field. Does it surface when it goes in a cavitator field? No, it just doesn't deep dive.
Okay. Yeah. So that didn't make any sense. So it's the biggest one of all updates, in my opinion, all the tuning is number 11.
Number 11. Yeah. I put it right near the bottom. So the thermonuclear launcher, eventually now, okay, and there's another TLC coming, is actually got almost a 10-fold increase in shockwaves, yeah. So we're not quite tenfold. Is it about a ninefold, isn't it? So basically, from 2,500 to 288. So it might actually work now because
you might see shockwaving because the way it was designed before, when Gadget and I did the math, I mean, you needed like, I think was something like 4 ships, 4 retributions loaded with them, which is at least 8 launchers. Firing non-stop and against a building that has 0 evade because the accuracy on that weapon is not great, so you still would need like 3 or 4, I think, volleys to get a shockwave. Now you put that against an enemy with 80% evade, you would just never shockwave.
Yeah, and with the deflection and all that sort of stuff as well, with people putting plates on and things like that. So
yeah. But with 288 now it's pretty easy, isn't it? I mean, the weapon has 4 multi-shot each.
And was it 60% accuracy or something like that on it? I think it was.
Yeah, it's around 60%. But I mean, let's just do the quick math here, right? 4 multi-shot per launcher. So put 2 on a ship, you get 8. You put the barrel system, the one that adds +6 multi-shot for heavy weapons.
Yeah.
Because this is a heavy weapon. So now you go from 8 to 20. Right? So 20 shots at 60% accuracy or something like that. You can put the atomics special there.
You're getting about 12
accuracy
hits.
To 90% or so.
All right, yeah, of course, yeah.
Right? Something like that. So anyways, even if you go against an enemy with high evade, and that's why like when using this launcher, the best you can do is point it at buildings, right? I mean, aim at turrets, because if you aim at high evade ships, it's still going to be a long time until you shockwave. Especially now, hitting bases, people tend to send their basers one by one. You don't send 3 or 4 of them in a row, right?
Yeah.
Maybe with the retribution, that's what you have to do. I don't know, because, with 3 or 4 of them, now you should be getting shockwaves all the time. And the shockwave is freaking massive.
Well, it needs to be
65,000 damage or something like that.
I mean, I mean, people were obviously the really keen people, and I was busy at that time. Were doing that TLE sort of stuff, TLC, and then obviously going straight at coining them, and then going hitting something. I saw a couple of videos. They did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, and I thought to myself, I'm not even going to bother. It's a waste of time.
No, it's because all their power is in the shockwave. I mean, the base damage from the launcher hit, it's nothing. It's most ships nowadays have enough deflection that the damage done by the launcher hit, it's nothing, right? And I recorded a video shooting like some buildings, and it did nothing to the buildings. I mean, it sat there forever, and the ship was being killed, and the buildings were just not getting damaged.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
But when it shockwaves, it just literally can vaporize a lot of things, right?
Well, it's well, let's hope so. I mean, that should do it, shouldn't it? I mean, that's a heck of a change, isn't it? Yeah, so obviously they've done some offline changing checks and that sort of stuff, and then that's the figure they've come up with. So
I'm curious to see someone now posting a video with retributions with these launchers and shockwaving more often.
Yeah, well, right? Yeah. I'm surprised it's not out today.
and it's a good timing, because now they're going to, like you said, they're going to be offering it all over again starting on the 26th. That's on Friday. Yeah. This week starts Friday this week, and the TLC will be available until Friday next week. Right?
That's right. Yeah, we've got a couple of slides on that quickly. So just the last one of the bug fixes and tuning then, and we've got a couple of more bugs, but we'll mention those separately. So fix the appearance of the Blood Wraith, Hell Wraith ship skin. So that's the red one, isn't it? Yeah, basically in combat, so that it properly uses the submerged sprite sheet when submerged itself. Okay.
I didn't notice that. I was ranking my Hell Wraiths.
I thought it looked okay.
I got the skin during raid with points. They were showing properly, I think, when submerged and when they surfaced. I didn't see a problem.
I mean, initially I had one with a skin on and one without a skin, just to see what they looked like on the sea. And I could see one submerged was red and one wasn't. So I can't see what the issue was there, to be honest.
Me neither.
So a bug fix and tune that hasn't happened since the update is obviously you logged in this evening, probably most individuals did. So my set of punishers that was in slot 8 came with 2.5 hours of damage, as it did last update as well. So,
I fortunately I didn't have this problem, but it's so weird.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, no armor was added to any ship, so there's no reason that should have happened.
No, I don't quite get it, I must admit. They're saying slides are gone again. I'm not sure what's going on tonight for some reason, but there we go. Yeah, that was a bit weird, I must admit. So logged in again today, and then straight away I couldn't start my FM, and obviously then prepping for tonight. So what could you do? So I haven't even started the FM yet, to be honest. But it won't. Since we're back to 107s, it won't take long because my Punishers can smash through them pretty quick. So it's not the end of the world, but it's still frustrating, I have to say. There you go. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share this again and see if it comes up.
Are we done with the updates? No, not yet. We have the...
So that's the bug fixed and tuning.
Yeah.
So that should be up now, hopefully. Okay, so the next one then. So we've got the Shard TLE next, okay. So the time limited event, as it says there, it's the global hunt again, okay. So it's a 4-day event, and basically, as we said, it's the same old thing. There's going to be 1,000 shards this time per world, and a pill will pop up on your indicator, then that let you know that how many shards are left. Much better this time, okay, and probably people will be a bit more interested. You get 2 shards, and it's a definite drop this time because people lost interest rapidly.
Yeah,
because you get all that damage and you got nothing for it.
But this will be pretty much a race. So yeah, I can see folks from some like Australia or some places like that being mad because it's when they're usually sleeping. Right? Because I mean, it's how many shards per world?
So it's per world is 1,000.
So there you go, right? So that's pretty much on average 2 per sector. Okay. Sorry, did I say that right? It's 100 sectors. No, 10 per sector.
10, yeah, just 10.
10 per sector,
and
right?
So whoever gets per person.
Yeah, so whoever gets in first and starts hitting, it's a guaranteed drop, two at a time. So you hit 10 targets if you're fast. You hit 10 targets, you get your 20, you're done. Now, how long do you think 1,000 shards will last?
Well, for me, I don't mind because I'm logging on straight away at PDC 12 midday, and that's it. I'm going straight for it, and I'm bookmarking every dead sector I can find before it even starts.
Right.
But that's
I'm not going after Men of War shards, but I'm definitely going after Ghost Crawler shards because I only need 17. Yeah. 17 and I'll be done.
Yeah, 10 for me. So I hope that's just 5 targets. I'm hoping I'll be able to find 5 targets pretty rapid.
Yep.
I should be able to, and I don't care if it just kills me. I'm still going to kill the target.
Yeah, but I can see, and people are asking what kind of ships should we use. I mean, it says river targets, so my guess, submarines.
I'm guessing submarines or anything that you've got from I mean, we know what river targets has got in. They've got the loved plasma damage, haven't they? So
yep.
Don't be surprised when you get minimum damage for going into these targets.
Yeah, and I bet Kicksai is going to use information from this event to further tune these targets.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I'm not interested in Friday, so I'm going to watch people on Friday because I have no interest in getting a Proto-Nem, to be honest. Man of War, I might play at that. I just sort of wouldn't know why I would build it if I've got one, but I've got quite a lot of shards for some reason. Ghost Crawlers are definite, and the Hellstar shards, I'll take it or leave it. So.
Yeah, to me, I'm going to do Ghost Crawlers if I can, of course. That's the one I want. Proto-Nem and Hellstar, I'm around 200 each or close to 200 each, so I might do them both. Man of War, I'm just not doing them.
Yeah. Whilst it's fun to see that, it can be negated now, can't it? So half the battle of having the darn thing can now be countered already, and we haven't even started building them. So it's just taken so long for so many people to get the shards that I've not even seen a single Man of War on the sea in any sector.
Me neither. I have never seen a player using one. And I'll be honest, I mean, all of these ships by now, their use now is so narrow, right? And it's almost to the point where they're becoming just trophies. Yeah.
I mean, we sort of discussed it a bit earlier on, nostalgia is the only reason I really want a Ghost Crawler.
Yeah, honest, and I mean, I still see a lot of people, like a guy sniped my FM fleet today with his Ghost Crawler, who's probably all happy. I wasn't. But, with the retribution now, you stick a retribution in any fleet, and whichever subs come to kill you, they'll die too.
Yeah. But if you want to be an
final blast, it kills any subs, period.
Yeah, exactly. So there's things you can do. I mean, people will still want them specific. Somebody want to be the first person with a Man of War out on the sea. I've not seen one in the world that I'm in, I must admit. So, Anyway, so you can have 20 of each shard, as it says there. Basically, that's the maximum. And once the ticker's down to 1,000, if it happens in less time than obviously the 24 hours for that event, then don't bother going and hitting anymore because you aren't going to get anything. So keep pill token.
Check the pill, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to be, it's a bit like phoning in one of those telephone competitions when actually the lines have already closed. You're just going to get charged an absolute mint, and you're going to get no entry. So.
In a way, Kicksai is being very smart there because they're going to drive this kind of like race behavior where you got to get there first, so before supply is all gone, right? And people will coin. People who really like Ghost Crawler, I only need 17 shards. I think I'm going to get them, right? But if I need to coin some to get it, I think I'll end up doing it. 5
targets for me is an example, and I will chase those 5 targets and fix on the sea. I'll be on there, and I've got a Grease Monkey crew, and that's what I'll be sticking on it.
Yeah, but again, right? I mean, unless the targets are so ridiculously hard that to kill one, I gotta suicide my fleet. One, that would be stupid, and I would just be mad and walk away. But if it's reasonable. I'll do it.
Yeah, and then wait till the offer comes around again, because there'll be, I think it was 5 shards for 59 tokens. If that ends up being the cheaper way, then that's crazy.
And you can get 20 shards in raid anyways, right?
Yeah, in general, yeah.
That's how it has been. I hope they don't change. So
let's hope not. So there we go. So and that's the flow then. So Protos first, then Mana War, then Ghost Crawler, then the Hellstar. And enjoy it. And it says there, obviously, these targets have also have increased the XP. Last time it was rubbish, but let's just wait and see. So those that still want to rank up your health, your race, that sort of stuff, then it's a double win in some respects, because you're going to get more than what you would do if you were just hitting normal targets. So
yeah, but don't expect it to be anything like VXP weekend. You're not going to get 5,000, 10,000 VXP from a target.
It was a few hundred, wasn't it? It was a few hundred last time.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything more than that.
So that's midday. So that's 12 o'clock lunchtime, basically, and that's Kickside time, which is obviously the East Coast time, right? So for the UK, that's 8 p.m. In Europe or CET, obviously that's 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's 3 p.m. for me in the East Coast here.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. for you. Yeah, okay. So just in case you're aware, so midday, as in like lunchtime. Right, cool. All right then. So next one then is the War Games TLC. All right then. So this is our second stab at this. So a bit of fun. Is it yours in this, Ren?
Yeah, my base was the 3rd base on the 2nd round.
Rightio. So it should be the same people again, unless they've changed, because there's quite a few people put in their bases for offer. But bear in mind, obviously, the fleets that are in those bases aren't necessarily the person's fleet. And they're not necessarily, if it looks like their fleet, it may have a different capability on it that person offered up. But the base layout and the turret setup was the same, wasn't it, Ren, roughly?
Yeah, I think they copied the buildings and the land layout and turrets and everything. But the guard is definitely not the same.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Okay. So there we go. It starts on the 26th again. So this is interesting. There's a couple of things in starting on the 26th, obviously. Yet again, it's lunchtime PDT. So it starts exactly the same time. Then if you want to get your shards, you've got to make a decision what you want to do. Remember that then this is the first this is actually the second run of the first PvP campaign where you can actually conquer against copies of real player bases. Ren's is one of them. As it says then, before you go in, as soon as you click on your campaign screen, it'll come up and it'll tell you whose base it is. But once you're in, you lose the option to see that. All right then.
And now here's one idea, and I did that. And I mean, so often we get people on our page asking for base layouts. Can you please get me a base layout? There you go. I mean, this campaign you have 9 different base layouts, and I gotta say, the last one, J Boys, is a bitch. It's horrible. I mean, that base hurts so much. And as soon as you start battle, park your fleets in the corner, take a screenshot, and try to reproduce that in the base planner later. There's your base layout.
Or just go and view somebody else's if you can't do it yourself. Go and view somebody else's battle, and then just take the screenshot at your leisure.
Yeah, exactly.
And see how they do. If you're not intended to do this campaign, go and watch some people doing it and go, look, that's what that turret. If you haven't got that turret, that's what that turret does.
Yeah, it's funny. I did that. I actually took screenshots of 7 of the 9 bases. Choice I forgot. and I was going to record a video with the bases, just showing a little bit of each battle, not the whole thing, just a little bit, and then showing the base on the base layout. I just didn't have time, and I don't know when I'm going to have time to do that. But I still want to put that on a video, unless someone beats me to it, and then put them on the base planner and just do a quick walkthrough. Yeah,
agreed. Right, okay, so there we go. Oh, let's go back so quickly. So, as you said, the price is then Retribution hull. Okay, the thermonuclear launcher, and we just said that it's now had its buff. It's been squared away, and then more prizes. TBC is what.
Is there another prize?
It said there was more. That's what it said.
Okay.
So
because I thought it was
means.
the Retribution hull, the thermal launcher, and the atomic something special.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, which was the 1, 2, 3, wasn't it?
And I think there were stuff like 2 Gales, 1 Gale B. There were some other small things in there.
So okay. There were some odds and ends. I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, I think it was Gales, wasn't it? That was the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, last time was 1, then 2, then 3 Gales, or something like that. Or Gale 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there was a mix.
Because you can't get Gales from many places these days, can you? So.
Nope.
Okay, so that's the second thing that commences on the 26th. Then, so take your options, whatever you want to do first. But both of them is going to cause you damage, plenty of it. So. And then we go on to the mega ship TLC.
Before we go on, and I don't know if anybody from Kixeye is watching this episode today, but if they are, it's kind of annoying for a lot of players, and I'm just going to say that here on behalf of the players who complain about it, because I think it's very legitimate complaint, is that for some of these bases in this campaign, you cannot win if you only have revenges. And
without doubt.
You need the Vendetta, right? And, the Vendetta was only offered once, so people who didn't get the Vendetta are pretty much precluded from getting the Retribution. So now, people who have 2 Conqueror hulls can get the third. People who only have 1 and actually need the second one the most can't get it.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? I think, when was the Vendetta offered? Was it June or July? June, I think.
Yeah, it was in episode 19, so that was 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. So whether that was 8 weeks ago.
I don't know. I think it was in June's event. Might be wrong, but because July was the Vanquisher.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, it was offered in June and never again, which I thought it was going to be on the whole raid, but wasn't. And now without the Vendetta, with just the Revenge, you just can't get the Retribution. And I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of people would be building these hulls if they had access to them.
Well,
I don't have a solution. They don't have a solution, but
And even Citadels aren't the solution. Unfortunately, because they're too goddamn slow. But Anyway, so there you go. So for those that can have a go with it, we all know it costs you, and it's a race against time for the last one. It really is. It is. Don't go back to your dock and fix and that sort of stuff. You need to fix on the sea because it's obviously not going to happen. It's now.
Do you think people without Vendettas can do it with the Citadels?
The thing is, you have to position them around the outside the dock, the outside the base. Which means that
you'll be taking fire from
fire.
Dead eyes or something.
And with a fleet speed of 24 and the time it takes you to get around from one side to the other side, you just can't do it.
I don't think you can. You're right. Yeah. Someone can do it and successfully. Please let us know, but I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. And I'm not going to cause that much damage to my fleets just to see if I can't do it.
No, me neither.
Because I've got the better hulls if I choose to do it. I'm not sure if I'm still going to do it myself yet. I can't my mind up.
Well, I already have the Retribution and the thermal launcher, and I haven't built them, to be honest, so far, because I didn't feel it was attractive enough.
Yeah, well, I got the special on the thermal launcher, but I didn't bother getting as far as the hulls.
And I was busy building Vanquishers and then submarines now, and the Harlock Citadel that I started. So, just most of it building the slow way. I didn't have time or wish to coin the Retribution. I didn't.
I think the Retribution, the Reds, everyone that I've seen it so far likes using it to go into a base and just go boom and blow up.
Yeah. They get as close as they can to your guard and suicide it.
And explode it.
But maybe now that it actually causes shockwaves, maybe now it's going to be good. Right? But then you're going to have probably to send 2 or 3 of them stacked together. I still don't think one will be enough.
Which is dangerous, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. But then, hey, at least it makes base hitting interesting. So, right, okay. So that's the Wargames TLC, and we'll move on to the Megaship TLC. So before I go any further with this one, the first question is why. The first question is why. Why is this come in so soon? I think this should have been at least another month away, personally, unless you feel differently. I don't think there's enough players that are ready for this.
Well, I think. And someone said that on our page. I'm just going to steal what they said. I think it's a carrot, right? Very few players finished the Hyperion, but there are many players who are maybe 5, 10, 15 days away from finishing it. And just like you see people around who coin a 15-day haul, maybe having the campaign and a chance to get an advantage over everyone else by getting those 3 modules. People say, you know what, I'm 5 days from it. I'm going to coin it and get it now because I want to play that campaign now. But I think I think it's a carrot to get people to coin, and at the same time, it's a reward for the 2-3 guys per sector who actually jumped right aboard and started everything on day one as soon as possible, kind of thing,
Yeah, I can see that. I suppose it's just that the battles are going to be so few and far between.
Yes,
because there's just hardly anybody. There are a couple in my sector that are done. I must admit, and that sort of stuff. But when you look up and down the world, there are very few. Unless some of the really big alliances are out and about and playing, then there's very few people doing it. Although they are doing it, they're just not ready. Mm-hmm. They're just not ready. But I mean, okay, it's out. Personally, what I'd have preferred to see would be the limited sub campaign to come out for the first of the month, that weekend, or roughly about that weekend. So after this, and then basically then we could have almost 2 weeks to build a Phantom sub of some description for those that haven't got one at all. You could have at least done the Phantom CUDA. At least then you've got something that you can then go and play with the big boys and go on the sea and not be seen. And if it dies, well, so what? Doesn't matter. You can still stick it with your Hell Wraiths and still not be seen. It wouldn't make a difference. That's been taken away.
I think there's no free lunch. So in the end, it's like, if KIXEYE had the Phantom sub campaign out, they would have tweaked the targets to be good enough against people coming in with 5 subs, right? If now they know people running CUDAs and Spectres don't have a Phantom sub, so they will tweak tier C and probably B for people coming in with 4 subs, not 5.
Right, got you.
Yeah, probably. And then they'll run the new campaign and they'll give everyone access to Phantoms, and then then all the targets will be tweaked for people coming in with 5 subs. That's they think, and big guess here. Okay,
it is a guess, yeah. So there's a comment there, obviously from Robot. Basically, is the designer notes, and as it says, it quite clearly says. I need to just quickly. I don't know what's wrong with these slides tonight. So as it says there, look, the first run through for your Mega versus some wimpy Apollos, okay, but the second run through is 2 targets, so 2 sets, basically. The first one is an NCP Mega Hull, which is not too bad, but the second target is the same Mega Hull with some not so wimpy Apollos.
Well, based on what people posted on our page, it's not that they're not so wimpy. Like the people had their Mega Hulls trashed by these Apollos real fast.
I just like the loose term, not so wimpy. So there's a little bit of base damage. So No.
Here's the thing, right? And I mean, my Mega Hull is not done. So again, I'm just sharing other people's experiences here. I didn't know that when your Mega Hull's killed, you cannot coin it right away. You gotta wait 30 minutes until the bridge repairs the slow way, and only then you can coin the rest of it.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that. So folks in page posted that today, and I confirmed with KIXEYE that that's by design, and they kind of wanted people to get a taste for how a Mega Hull should be built, what kind of damage to expect, blah 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 blah. And they said, yeah, they didn't expect a lot of people to do well this campaign this time. Supposed to be a big challenge, and kind of like I said, a reward and a baseline for people who are early adopters. But they're going to run it again in the future, to be defined.
Okay. Lorena's just said in the chat then, basically, the War Game spoiler, there's a strong possibility for build tokens in this TLC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And by build tokens, you mean ship build tokens, right?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Preciso que vocês ligam a webcam?
Sim.
Tá.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so, you know, so I think, of course, people want to play and win, but I don't think this campaign was designed for people to just go in, play, and win. It was kind of designed to be a big challenge. And not that I necessarily agree with it. It's good when you play and you can win, especially if you were amongst the very, very first players in the entire game to jump aboard the mega hull ship, so to speak. You know.
Well, for me personally, what I intend to do is just bookmark some people that got some, and I'll go and watch a few battles, you know, if we can do that. And grab a couple of videos, that sort of stuff, and just pick up on what they've, you know, what they've done through coining early, and just be interested to see some battles, and you know, see what holes are going in. I mean, I take it you can, so it's your mega ship, I take it, versus then autonomous fleets that are coming, that are PVE type fleets, you know, ships that are coming in, because the Apollo's coming in from PVE, although there's a hard set and a simple set, and obviously there's a mega ship versus a mega ship, so.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's also, to me, my concern is that, I don't know about you, but so far I haven't been excited about this whole mega hull feature, right? I know it's there, I got the fragments, I started the gantry, I started the mega hull, but it's not something that I'm like, oh boy, I want to play that as soon as I can, you know?
Okay, so one thing I can say is, at the moment, they are definitely working now on a tutorial video that will be coming out. It'll be quite a decent video. They haven't clearly, you know, got it out as yet, but they are in the process of making one, and I think that'll make things a lot easier for people and a lot clearer as well. And it may stir the loins of some individuals who are still sitting on the fence, maybe.
Yeah, but again, I mean, you know, we may have the tutorial. It may be clear how to play, because the tutorial is to show you how to play. But I'm still asking, why play?
It's still a take it or leave it, isn't it?
Right? I mean, and I know they're working heads down on a lot of aspects of the mega hull, and there are all these big plans and everything. So maybe it's going to end up being great. And so I'm going along and building stuff and whatnot. But right now the experience is like, there's one guy in my alliance that has a mega hull floating already.
Really?
And he's being hit 2 times a day, and, you know, getting his hull destroyed, and then I think you get an 8-hour bubble, I don't know. So it's just like, for a high-level player who's used to having a solid base that's hard to break and whatnot, it's hard to go back to being a farm, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, and I hope people will hear this video here and say, yeah, you know, Ran, you're an ass, you don't know what you're talking about. But right now I'm not really excited about it.
Okay. Well, it's still you know, it's around the world with 80 days, isn't it? Because it's 80 days to get the whole thing done, isn't it? So, you know, if you're not coining.
Yeah, I'm 30 days to go.
Okay, so anyway, the campaign's coming up and that sort of stuff. It's a time-limited campaign, and there's some of the prizes. So the first thing you're going to get is this the rocket module. Okay, so that's something new. Interesting on the stats there. I know it's a bit smaller print, but I'll do the PDF document so people can download and have a look. Penetrative defense and all the defense bypass there are all 100%. Every single one of them, right across the board. Nice to see that repair time is 0. It's an instant fix. But it's also defense handicap of 100% as well. Weapon slots are 7, armor slots are 0, which is obviously that works a different way. Special slots are 2, and then it's got lots of salvos and stats and that sort of stuff. So that's one of the new modules that's coming out. So that's quite interesting. And then obviously we've got the 2 types of engines. So this one, the Pyro engine first. You know, defensive handicaps. Yeah, again, everything else is, you know, concussive defense, bypass defense, ballistic defense, corrosive defense. It's all sat at 100%, the whole thing, from start to finish.
It's all based on raw armor, right?
Yeah, the whole thing is. So maybe on those prints, you just don't need to put that information in, and maybe just word it differently for a mega hull, or maybe just.
But it's good to know, right? I mean, you know, when you go up against the mega hull with regular ships, I mean, because you're going to be able to join regular fleets on mega hull battles. So, you know, they're going to hate you, and no matter if you have 95% resistance, that's going to be 100% bypass. So what you need to have is deflection.
And lots of it.
Lots of deflection.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise you're just sitting duck, aren't you? Really, to be honest.
Yep.
So there we go. So that's an engine module there, the LV1. Okay, and here's another one, the kinetic engine module. So explain the differences on this one. So it's obviously written in it. This module cannot be targeted by torpedoes. It comes pre-built with a kinetic energy core that increases the ballistic damage equipped to the mega hull weapons against the enemy modules. Okay, so that one increases, ballistic, and the previous one
explosive.
Ah, right. Okay, so there we go. There we go.
Yeah, and none of them can be targeted by torpedoes, so you can't. No. So
Riken, and that's in the Q&A set that we'll do in a second, basically, because that was one of the questions about torpedoes and subs in general and mega hulls. That basically a sub can't touch one, unless obviously it's got a hybrid, like a scatter gun fitted to it, or a deluge or something like that. Okay, so. That's what I've got basically for the slideshow, to be honest. And like I say, basically what happened then, and we'll just finish off the last 10 minutes if you're content, is a set of questions were posted on the page, basically, to be honest. And I didn't have the answers. I openly admitted I didn't have the answers, but I did pick them up and I sent them in. Raking was good enough to pick up on the question set, and then he fed me back a good set of answers, which I've produced. So if I just stop screening this a second.
Yeah, and just before you go there, I mean, it's something I think you and I discussed earlier before we started live show. This update is actually kind of a good break for people who are not into the mega hull stuff, because I mean, if you're just building PvE fleets and you're doing subs and whatnot, there's not much there affecting any of us, is there?
No, it's a good time to play catch up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. I don't see there's nothing here that's going to change my game, or that I go through. Oh God, now I've got this to do. So just for a chance, we've got to let the mega hull guys focus on something, and then everybody else can just have a bit of a chill for a moment and just carry on building subs of some description, or going out and getting some foundry bits or whatever they want to do and that sort of stuff. So,
and I wish you had more weeks like that without any big updates where people can just keep doing what they're doing and keep catching up.
Yeah, very much so. So it's an ideal chance for that. Right, let's see if this works.
Let's go Q&A.
Yeah, let's hopefully this will work. Is that it? We got it?
Oh, there you go. I can see it.
Okay. So basically, there was 10 questions. I'm not going to read them all out. So basically, we can flip through some of them and that sort of stuff. So we can.
And just to be clear, we're going to be posting those questions in the page afterwards.
Yeah, very much so. And obviously, Riken was talking about maybe posting them up on the Kickside forum site again, like he did the previous set of questions we had to come up. Mm-hmm. So there's a good set of questions there. I mean, obviously, question one's quite an in-depth answer there, sort of stuff. But from megaship modules, basically, do the specials that we equipped there only affect ordinary guns or both of the mega guns as well? So the answer says, specials on the modules will affect the standard weapons. We'll be introducing mega specials later. So there's an answer straight away. And quite a decent one, which also gives you not only the answer but a hint to what's coming in the future, which is what I was quite pleased with this Q&A set here, to be honest. Question 3 there, from the module range of the ordinary guns to the right-hand side to the left-hand side, is it the same, okay, or is it not? Well, the answer is, well, it depends on where you place the module on your ship. If you place the module on the right-hand side, you're going to get a greater range on the right than you are on the left.
Yes.
So that's something to consider, So whether you want to mirror left and right, so whether you just want to consider that, I don't know. I mean, I haven't built one myself yet, to be honest. But the point is, if it's on the right-hand bank, you're going to get more firing from the right-hand side than you're on the left-hand side. So
and they talk about that special case in there, the covering cannon, right? Yeah. It's just the 1 mega weapon. I think that has a 360 degree targeting.
Yes.
But even then, setting an initial rotation makes a difference, because if the enemy comes from your initial rotation direction, it will start firing faster. Otherwise, it takes time to turn around and aim at the enemy, so you lose time.
So, which is good, because it's a more design concept, isn't it? Interesting things to do, and learning by mistake.
Like real ships, isn't it? I mean, real battleships in the past, they had their cannons on port side, so now you can only fire if your enemy is coming from the port.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same idea.
So there's 3 questions there. Let's see if I can go through the rest. So there's another question there. Question 4: does any mega ships at the moment have any kind of sonar or thermal, or will it be something that you can equip to the bridge laser?
So there's nothing now, right? But at the same time, they say torpedoes cannot attack mega modules, right? So, but that said, I mean, I wonder if Tiger Sharks with Cobra scatter guns can do damage. I suppose they can, and they would not be visible, right?
Yeah, I passed part of that question. Yes, they can. Scatter guns can obviously, and obviously, submarines like Tigers, obviously, that can do any of the surface missiles. They can also do a bit of damage. Whether they do a lot of damage, I don't know. But
yeah, well, it's going to take time, right? Because some of those modules, you look at their health, is like 420,000. It's like trying to kill a Vanquisher with Cobra scatter guns.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Yeah, or Corvettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there any way the mega ship can gain remote targeting from the ordinary guns that we are placing on the mega guns?
So maybe in the future they're considering.
Well, at the moment is no. There was a really good question, and that was about VXP. Let me just have a quick look and go forward here. Yeah, so question 7 then. Will the reload of ordinary guns, which will be put on the mega hull modules, have the same retrofit attributes?
Only for standard weapons, right? But the mega weapons don't so far have retrofits, do they? And if they do, it's going to be inside the mega hull.
Sorry, I'm going to just redo this again. I don't know what's going on tonight, but my screen is just not sharing properly. How's that, guys? Can you see that? Okay, so that should be back up again now. So yeah, it's interesting that. So and it says about reload times as well. Have we got any plans to obviously to work out to do a VXP equivalent?
And the answer is no. So even weapons like regular weapons that you put on mega modules, when they fire, they'll be always reloading at their standard reload time because there are no VXP bonuses like you have in ships.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? And then another one there is how will the friendly and enemy fields affect mega ships if they are equipped with a battery with their gun slots within the gun slots? So this is early sort of questions, that sort of stuff, and obviously this is a third person's interpretation. I was passing on another person's question set that had come from a forum group as well. So as you can see, the range of the standard weapons originate from the center, given the module, as it says, not the center of the mega hull itself, from the actual module itself. So just bear that in mind. So whilst the mega hull is quite big and the offset is quite large, then obviously that's quite a bit.
It's like a floating base, right? So you got to use the same idea. You're now applying to ship-mounted weapons the same idea you apply to your turrets in your base,
especially in the central
island.
If
you place the turret more to the left of your base, of course you will reach farther to the left than to the right. It's not like ships where everything goes to the center of the ship.
Yeah. Right. So basically, there's 10 good questions there. I will put up that PDF. It's in Word doc, but a lot of people don't use Word, so I'll put it up as a PDF so they can access it later and that sort of stuff and scroll through the questions.
And to be honest, I think those questions right now only concern a small slice of the player base who are building their mega hulls. Most people right now would just look at this and glaze over, I suppose.
Yeah, totally. So I'll just flip back through the chat quickly because obviously I can't do 2 things at the time. So I'm just sliding back through some of the chats.
Further proof you're a guy.
So a lot of people were saying in the chat then, but basically they're content with the 91s. They've got the Apollos. They're doing them for ease, and I'm finding the same thing. I must have said. Most people are actually just going for a slow build on the mega hulls because they're spending enough money as it is in the main game. I tend to agree.
Slow build.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that, which is why I don't think they had to rush it out too much. But yeah, I suppose it's a time limit campaign for those that have gone forward and are content. It's maybe something they're calling for. So, is it going to have an impact on us? No, it's not. It's not going to have an impact on me too. I'll watch a couple of battles, and I'm sure everybody will do the same sort of stuff, and enjoy your sales guides. And as ever, I suppose, do you know what? If you coin something, you get ahead early. You get the sweet reap of that, don't you? And so that's just, yet again, they're going to get another module. The other people that are going to do it slow time aren't going to have it.
Yeah, but it's going to be like this, the Retribution TLC, right? People who got the Retribution last month got a leg ahead, but now people can get it again. So I suppose the Mega Hole TLC is here now. People who have it now, great. I mean, but in a month, maybe my Mega Hole will be done and the campaign comes back, and then I'll do it.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, be interesting. Well, that's it, mate. We're on the hour. For me, it's a bit of a flat week personally for an update because I'm not in Mega Hole territory yet. My gantry, believe it or not, is still building. I just haven't got around to doing that beast yet. But I'm R&D'd up. I'm R&D 30. That's all done. I was concentrating on that and that sort of stuff, and then real-time shipbuilding. And so, but there are people in the sector that I'm in that have definitely built, and I've seen a few battles with some of the other alliances coming in. What I did find interesting was the mega holes coming through the portal tunnels. That was quite surprising. I wasn't expecting that. Have you seen that at all?
No.
Yeah, I saw a couple of mega holes. You only see them like for a few seconds. But basically, as they have a little battle and that sort of stuff, if someone's on the route to or has selected somebody for a battle, if you're at the portal turret, the turrets, occasionally you'll see one slide through and it disappears after like the set 5 seconds.
Oh, do you mean the relay towers?
Yeah, the relay towers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll see a mega ship pop up all of a sudden. You're like, hang on a minute, I don't think those things can sail. But I think it's just, it's interesting. I don't know if it was meant to happen or it's a dynamic, but it's really funny when you see a mega ship sailing along and then it just disappears after about 5 seconds. I've seen 2 or 3 now. It's either that or I'm just seeing things. I don't know. But yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? What kind of drug you're on, right?
Yeah. The other thing I was concerned about, and I don't know what you think, and it's about game lag. Now, when a megaship dies, clearly it explodes. And what's left on the map for a set period of time is the flaming hull. Have you seen that? Have you seen them blown up yet on the map? So when you're out on the sea, the megaship itself that's being exploded has basically got a flaming...
No.
It's got a flaming tower on it.
Mega holes moving around, but I still haven't caught a battle. So I haven't.
Well, the post-battle, basically, whoever lost, is basically the flames coming out of the top of the ship. It looks like a big explosion, that sort of stuff. And it's constant. So as the sectors start to fill up with more and more of these megaships and there's more and more battles, then clearly there's going to be more and more graphics.
You know what? I'm having bad issues with map lag already because most of the time I play on a laptop. Yeah. And if I'm in an area of the map with not too many bases, it's okay. As soon as I get to a very crowded area where you have bases galore and then you have all the FM targets around and all the salvages and all the everything you get around them, even if I type something on comms, I mean, I type the message, I hit enter, and then I see letter by letter showing up until it's sent. Like I'm typing on some 1970s terminal. That's the feeling.
So yeah, I mean, my sector's quite busy at the moment. A lot of people port in for the raid and that sort of stuff, and it's down being exchanged with a lot of other people coming in readiness for this coming weekend.
And if I go, if I go to the gaming rig here at home, it's fine. It works okay. I don't feel it. But as soon as I go on the laptop, it's awful. And I imagine I'm not the only guy playing from a laptop sometimes, right?
Well, there's a chap that says in the page, and he's literally just bought himself a new laptop, and it's reasonable spec, but he can't even play one round of anything. He goes into his base, goes out to the sea, hits a target, and he's had it. That's it. He can't see a thing. You know? Oh,
not last raid, but the raid before in July, I could only hit 1 or 2 S-level targets, and after that I had to refresh game. Otherwise, my third battle or second battle, the screen would freeze.
Yeah. I mean, and that goes back to our chat that we had basically the weekend, that, the amount of equipment that's on the open sea, the different target types and all that sort of stuff, if there was some way to streamline that down so there was more clear space.
It's way too busy now. It's way too busy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what can be done about it, but it's way... I mean, maybe, and tell me if there is something like that and I don't know, but is there a way of turning off things on map? Can I turn off salvages if I don't want to see them?
Officially, no. But yes, there is. But I'm not going to promote what it is on here. But,
so you're probably talking about ad blocking, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I know. You can turn the sprites off, can't you? But
I mean, in the game, if I were able to, I'm going after armadas. I want uranium, so let me turn off mines and turn off strongholds and turn off salvages, and all of a sudden the map would flow, right?
You can do that. It's possible, but the you know when you go into your settings and that sort of stuff, and you can turn off things like cloud, and you can turn off other things as well.
Yeah, I turned off pretty much all of that already.
Yeah, explosions, and then obviously the wake from ships going up and down. You can't turn off the mega ship explosions. It's not in there as an option
because that's new.
And as more and more mega ships start turning up, you're going to see more and more explosion, which is more and more graphics, which is definitely going to cause more and more sort of lag in a busy sector, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can see at least 2/3 of the bases now in our sector have all got gantries building or mega hulks building Hyperions.
Yeah, so a whole bunch of bases in my sector are building gantries as well. I don't know how far or how early in the process they are, but it's going to be busy.
This time next month we'll be in a different place. I know we will be.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got nothing else, mate. Unless you've got anything or anything in the chat quickly.
We're good. I posted that short video, 15 minutes on sub building for 3 special subs. I'm going to be posting the follow up likely tomorrow or Friday at the latest. And I think everyone by now is just getting ready for September, aren't they? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I must have seen. If I've seen one, I must have seen about literally 200 Hellwraith builds. But they're all the same. To be honest, give or take, there's about 5 variants, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the basics for now, and unless I can see, so I'm putting a mix of Charons and Fire Twister torpedoes on each one of them. I'm going to put Speed System 5 or actually the hydraulic resistors.
Yeah, they give you a 3% boost, don't they? That's what you get out of it. 3%.
Yeah, I know. But they're there. I have nothing better to do with them, so I'm going to put them there. But I'm because I'm not going to rely on my Hellwraiths for September. I'm going to rely on my Tiger Sharks. I'm going to leave the special slots empty for now and the armor slots empty for now. I want to see the final state of the targets.
Yeah.
Then I'll put those on. So that's my conservative approach.
So is that deciding then if it's going to be D2, D3, or D5?
Or maybe I put D5X instead of putting D5X,
Yeah. And let everybody else carry the can for you.
Or maybe I'm going to put what's the concussive armor? D5 CT.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Like I did on my Tiger Sharks, and that helped a lot actually when I put some D5 CT because it brings deflection up.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. We've got time. That's the point at the end of the day. It's not as if you can't do it with Tiger Sharks and that sort of stuff, not at all, because it has to be built and created so that everybody from the lowest sub, Kudas, to be honest, right the way up to obviously the latest Hellwraith can at least have a go. And if you're somewhere in the middle, then as long as you're picking in the middle targets, you shouldn't have an issue, to be honest.
Yep.
And if you're having an issue, they've made a mistake. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think people, Kudas are pretty much should be doing tier C. I don't think Kudas should do well in tier B, being a tier 1 ship, but Spectres and Nighthawks should be the ships you need for B sets, right?
Yeah.
And if people with, like you said, people with Nighthawks and Spectres can't do B sets properly, Kik's Eye made a mistake. It's that simple.
Well, with a bit of luck, then we'll find out when we get this Shard event, because that might give us a bit of a hint, mightn't it?
Yep. There you go. All right.
Okay, right. Well, thanks everybody for logging in tonight and coming online. It's been good. We've had just over 100 viewers at one stage there. Radio, thank you for coming on. It's always good to have one of the mods in there. And obviously, tune in for the weekend and we'll have the open mic. Okay, take care.
Bye, everyone.